What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, and as you can probably tell from my, beat red face, I actually just helped my dad move across the country for the last 5-6 days. I got severely sunburned. I'm aching all over. I have a ton of packages to open, and I kind of lost feeling in my pinky, which is a little alarming, but we'll worry about that later. But now that I'm finally back, we can get back to the regular programming, which is unboxings and reviews and stuff like that, rather than just top 10 videos. And like I said, I've got 3 packages that came in over the last 5 days, all of which I know what they are, but doesn't mean they're not a mystery to you guys, and I can't wait to open these guys up and show you guys what I got. See, I wasn't lying. 3 giant packages, and that sucked picking up boxes because I've been looking at boxes for the last 5 days, and I'm over it. Let's put these back down. I can't do this. I'm being a little bit dramatic, but I don't care. You guys can deal with it. I'm tired. I'm over it. So let's start out with the largest package first, which I believe is from Columbia, which is the outdoor company. They make a lot of cool backpacks and coats and stuff like that. And they finally released a lifestyle sneaker, which I'm really excited to see. And there was actually a launch event, which I was out of town for, so I couldn't make it to. But Zedd was there was a lot of cool people, and I did get the press release, so I know what the sneaker looks like, or at least what the launch colorway of the sneaker looks like. And I'm really excited to check it out because it's cool when new brands drop dope sneakers. So let's pop this guy open, see it in person. Also, if you want to see reviews of any of the sneakers I'm unboxing today, let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll try and make that happen. We got a note, of course. It says, Zedd joins forces with Columbia to unveil stylish, functional footwear line for the next generation of outdoor adventurer. So some information about the shoe itself. So it looks like for the limited edition version of the shoe, there's actually 3 collaborations going on. You've got one with Atmos, Ubik, and Shoe Gallery, which is super cool. I actually live really close to Ubik, but I believe the one that I'm getting is actually the Atmos collab. So that's really exciting. So let's check this out. Seth, excited to share our new Shift collection with you. Hope you like this pair. We did it with the fine folks at Atmos. That's super cool. Your friends at Columbia. Oh, this is a cool box. On the back it says, move the outside expected. I read that wrong. It says, move outside the expected. There you go. You've got the Shift logo and the Columbia logo, and it looks like in order to open this box, all we have to do is one of these. That's so cool. Let me just, before I pull this completely open, that's a really cool way to open a box. I don't know if this is like the promo packaging, which it probably is. I can't get over it. That's such a cool way to open the box. Okay, let's see the shoes themselves. Whoa. This is a lot brighter than I expected. Okay, so this is the Atmos collab, like they said. For some reason, I thought the Atmos collab was the blue and teal one, but that's fine. I still think it's a nice looking shoe. It's nuts. So this is the limited edition Columbia Shift. It's a collaboration with Atmos, and they went all out on this shoe. The sneaker itself is dope. The silhouette's awesome. It's really cool to see Columbia, a brand that you wouldn't usually expect to get into sort of like streetwear style sneakers, get into that sort of stuff. I do think this colorway is probably my least favorite out of the 3 limited edition colorways because it's just so nuts. It does remind me a lot of, you know the Pharrells that came out a little while back? It reminds me a lot of those, which I think a lot of people will like. Let's throw this on feet and see how it looks. Okay, so I just tried these on. They feel pretty good on feet. They fit true to size. The one thing that kind of took me by surprise was the midsole. And the midsole obviously is designed to be used both for just everyday lifestyle wear and also be very usable on like hiking trips. But I've got to be honest, visually, I thought this midsole would be a little bit softer because it resembles some of the other, pellet-based midsole cushioning technologies on the market. So I assumed that it would be very soft and cloud-like. Whereas it isn't. It's actually much stiffer and much more firm. It does provide a nice bounce back in your step, which is cool, but it's not as soft as you would expect. And that's not a bad thing. It's still a very comfortable shoe, and it makes sense because when you're hiking, you want more stability than, in a lot of cases, like cloud-like comfort. And overall, I mean, with like the knit and the padding around the ankle, it's a surprisingly comfortable shoe. I'm pretty happy with it. So some of the key attributes and features of this sneaker are the OutDry, Columbia's best-in-class waterproof, breathable technology to keep you dry in the trail and on the commute. So I'm assuming that's the knit, maybe? Or some sort of like coating they've got over top of the knit. Then it says hyper durable knit construction, ensuring a comfortable next to skin fit with exceptional breathability. It did feel good on foot. I had no issues with the knit at all. It was very comfortable. Not as stretchy as some of the other knits on the market, but again, when you're hiking, I don't think you want like a really sock-like feeling shoe. You want something that gives you some support, and I feel like that's important, especially if you're making lateral movement. So it's exactly what I would expect. So here's some information on the midsole. It says the Shift midsole featuring a dual compound cushioning composite that offers high resiliency for long-lasting use and exceptional energy return. Based off what I was feeling, that makes a lot of sense. It feels like it's gonna be a durable midsole. It gives you a lot of energy return, which is sort of that bounce back that I was talking about. It's solid. And then the last thing is modern aesthetic with high energy color options. You can say that again. And athletic comfort. They've also got two other collaborations that I mentioned before, one with Ubik and one with Shoe Gallery. And then they've got the standard out dry mid version, which is basically the same silhouette, just in more muted colors. They have the Shift Low, and then they have two boot versions, or I guess one's a hiker version, one's a boot version. But the key takeaway is you have a lot of options if you are interested in the Columbia Shift. And I've got to be honest, for their first sort of foray into maybe not streetwear, but like lifestyle sneakers that have some sort of street appeal, I think they did a great job. Now granted, this colorway might not be exactly my thing. This is a little bit crazy and out there, but I really like some of the other collaboration colorways a lot. I like some of the standard colorways a lot. And I mean, all around, it's a pretty exciting sneaker. It's cool to see them doing something like this. And it's cool to finally have a sneaker from a brand that I never thought I'd be getting a sneaker from. Very cool. Awesome. Let's move on to the next sneaker. So the next box, as you can tell from the front of it, is from New Balance. This is one of their new fuel cell models, and they've actually updated their fuel cell midsole technology. So I'm really excited to try it, especially when I'm running, because that's something I've been getting a lot more into. And it's something that I don't know like a huge amount about. I'm definitely more of an amateur runner. And I just love the fact that I'm able to test out all these different sort of technologies. Because right now, my running shoes are just varied over a bunch of different brands. I have a pair of New Balances, I have some Nikes, obviously, I have some Adidas sneakers. And the one I think I run in the most right now is the Hoka One Ones, which kind of surprised me because it's not a brand that I really was that into. And then I started running in them and I was like, nice, okay. Because of that, I'm very open to all sorts of running sneakers, and New Balance is a very well-known brand, especially in the running community, so this is gonna be really cool to see. So according to my email, this is the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel, and I'm very excited to check it out. And it actually comes in this nice bag. That's always a nice touch. That was a note. And it says, you don't need us to tell you to be fast. Be fast. Hashtag fuel cell. Feel like they just told me to be fast. I'm excited to be fast for once, because I'm not a very fast runner. Nice. This is a pretty clean looking shoe. So this is the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel, which I believe is already available on the market. And as I'm holding the shoes, I'm realizing there's something a little bit different about them. And that's the fact that right here on the midfoot portion of the shoe, you've got this really huge outrigger on the lateral side, which I've never seen done before on a sneaker. Which is, can you guys see that? That's really interesting. It like juts off the side of the midfoot. Must be for stability. It's gotta be. I don't know why else you'd add an outrigger that large in the midfoot, but that's cool. I'm excited to try these. Here, you know what? Why don't I just try these on really quick and give you guys some idea of how they feel after the first try on.
Perfect.
Okay, so the Fuel Cell Rebel is a very comfortable shoe, and that's mainly due in part to the Fuel Cell midsole, as the name would suggest. It's very soft, it's very comfortable, and it does feel like it has some nice sort of energy return. So it doesn't feel as soft as something like maybe Boost, but it's probably closer to React, I would say. It definitely is a nice feeling underfoot. Now I haven't run in these yet, and I plan to probably tomorrow morning. And if you guys want to see a review of these shoes, like the Columbia Shifts, let me know in the comment section down below. Now one thing I do have to say is that they sent me this shoe true to size, and getting my foot in this collar area, there just isn't much give. So it was kind of difficult to just jam my foot in there, but once I got it in there, it was no problem at all. It fit great. The knit felt really nice on foot. It's not like incredibly thin, but it's not thick either. So you get some nice stability from it, and you get some nice structure, but it doesn't feel like it's, you know, kind of clamping your foot into the shoe, which I like. I'm not usually a huge fan of the aesthetics of running shoes, but this one, it's like they're not trying too hard. They're doing exactly what needs to be done. It's not overdone, but it's not underdone. I think it's just like the perfect example of a good looking running sneaker. It's exactly what I'd want from a running shoe that I could wear every day. To give you guys a really quick visual overview, because as of right now, until I run in these shoes, I can't give you guys an actual review yet, but the toe of the shoe has this nice sort of wavy knit pattern in it, which I like a lot. You've got these bright red lace loops that really stand out and tie in with the Fuel Cell logo nicely. You've got black flat laces. You've also got this slightly thicker or more plasticky feeling thread woven into the midfoot of the sneaker, which should give you a little bit more containment and a little bit more stability, which I like a lot. Plus, it looks pretty nice. I actually think I prefer this visually to a midfoot cage. You've got a pretty solid internal heel counter, which provides some nice heel lockdown, and then a nice pop of blue with the New Balance logo. Of course, you've got the Fuel Cell midsole with this rib detail, and then you've also got a semi-translucent sort of clear or kind of grayish rubber outsole. I'm actually really stoked on these. I'm excited to run in these and try them out. I'm not usually that excited about running sneakers, but this one I'm pretty stoked on. Huge thank you to New Balance for sending these over. I will definitely be running in these. Let me know in the comment section down below whether you want me to review these guys or not. I would love to know your thoughts. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the last sneaker. So this is the only shoe out of the bunch that I ordered. And I actually meant to have a review out on this sneaker last week, but I went on the trip and the shoe came in late. So unfortunately, that didn't happen, but there will be a review of this sneaker very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. This is also a shoe that I'm very, very excited for, and I think could possibly be the release of the month, at least for me. Aesthetically, this could be the release of the month, in my opinion. I'm so excited. So I bought these from Goat, and my first order got canceled because the pair came in and apparently was a replica. So what they did was, rather than actually canceling my order right off the bat, they said that they would find me a new order, which is their standard practice. This video isn't sponsored, by the way. And because of that, it took a little bit longer for these shoes to come in, but I know they're authentic, which is the most important thing. So, without further ado, let's bust these guys open. I'm so excited. You've got your Goat authentication card right there. Nice little Goat sticker as well. And then the shoes that look incredible. Wow. They smell good too. They smell good too, I'm not gonna lie. I don't lie to you guys, I'm honest with you guys. And honestly, they smell great. And I'm not ashamed to say that I smell shoes. I think every sneaker collector smells shoes at some point. Who is it who does the smell test? Is it Retro Whiz Kid? I don't know. I think it's Retro Whiz Kid. These are the Obsidian Air Jordan 1's. They release on August 31st, originally supposed to release on August 17th. The release date got pushed back for whatever reason. And these are the shoes that I've been wanting for months because we had the UNC patent leather release that was a women's only release a couple months ago around All-Star Weekend. And they were fine, but I just don't love patent leather Air Jordan 1's. And then they finally released a leather version and it's just everything I could ever want and more. Because I'm an Air Jordan 1 head, and I love them. Yes, everyone in the comment section's like, you hate on Yeezys for releasing the same colorway every other month, but you love Air Jordan 1's, which do the same thing. To be fair, you're not wrong, but at the same time, Yeezys release like a different shade of tan every other week. Whereas with Air Jordan 1's, you're getting a classic shoe that's coming in, you know, different colors, which is kind of a crazy concept. I'm not even ashamed of it. I love them. I think these are great. And I think a lot of people will love these. I'm not gonna go in depth on these sneakers in this video because I bought these specifically to do a review, so that's when I'm gonna really talk about all the little details and things like that. But from first impressions, the leather quality, at least on the midfoot, is really, really nice. I've heard someone say that it was shattered backboard quality, which I hate when people use that as an indicator of quality because it honestly has nothing to do with the actual leather quality. Like the feel of the leather, yes, if you're a leather expert, maybe you can tell, you know, the difference between feels of leather, but all leathers used on mass-produced shoes are not great leathers. You're not gonna get incredible designer quality leather on a mass-produced sneaker, you're just not. So it's all kind of like an illusion, you know? So textures are usually literally rolled onto a leather in a factory. So just because this leather is softer and looks more textured than other leather doesn't mean that it's better. It just means that it's a different kind. But I mean, it's not bad to like this particular leather better than the more plasticky leather, which now that I'm looking at it, the leather on the midfoot seems a lot more soft and textured than the leather on the toe. One other thing you might not have noticed online is that all these darker areas that kind of look like black actually are all dark navy. So everything, the swoosh, this area around the eyelets right here, the ankle area, the sock liner even, all dark navy and not black. Now that may not matter to you, it probably does not affect your buying decision at all, but just something I thought you should know if you didn't know, which you probably already did, but there you go. I'm really stoked to wear these. I can't wait. Make sure to stay tuned for the review because it'll probably be coming sooner than you think. Maybe not actually. I don't know when you think soon is, but it's coming pretty soon. Just like chill out for a second. It's cool. It's coming. But that pretty much wraps up the unboxing for today. Once again, huge thank you to Columbia for sending over the Columbia Shifts. Huge thank you to New Balance for sending over the Fuel Cell Rebels or Rebels. Super stoked on these. Probably will run in these tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. And that pretty much wraps things up. So if you guys want to see a review on either one of these two shoes, make sure to leave those comments in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.